Hello, YouTube. Hi. How are you? I have a little bit of laryngitis, but I did want to make a video or go live, I should say. Let me let you see a little bit of my results. I am 5 months post-op. Post-op Mommy Makeover in Dominican Republic with Dr. Ferreras. I am 5'5" and about 187. I have on my Curvy Girl custom faja, as well as a wraparound ab board with the lateral ab board with wraparound lateral protectors. It goes all the way in the back, and on top of that, I have on, as you can see, this steel bone corset. So I am doing all that I can do to remain compressed, because I am not quite yet on flat, but Dr. Ferreras assures me with more compression that I should be flat, because up here I have a little bit of little pudge. Let's see. Let's see if I can see what's being said. Let's see. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, oh my gosh. I have it on a previous video because I'd have to actually, the ab board with the wraparound protectors, I have that on I think it's the previous video or 2 videos behind. I'll show you what it looks similar to. I'm not sure where I put my ab board. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, my voice does sound a bit better now, right? Yeah, I had laryngitis. I've been sucking on, what is it, the cough drops and everything. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're so welcome. That's what it's about. Each one teach one, right? What I am going to do is I'm going to bring you in a little bit closer. Thank you. I'm going to bring you in a little bit closer in a couple of minutes so I can actually see what's being said a little bit easier. I'm trying to see if I have the other ab board down here. This is the ab board. This is one of the ab boards. Okay. Now imagine this just like this. However, the lateral protectors, they go all around the back and they Velcro close behind you. So you don't get that pinching that you sometimes would get when your faja kind of bends in here. So you don't get that. So it's very similar to this. However, the protectors go all the way around. This one is very good too. The only thing is because of my sensitive skin, after a while in here, I start to feel uncomfortable. So that's why I ended up purchasing this app board with the wraparound lateral protectors, which closes with Velcro in the back. It's very similar to this. I purchased it from Shape Curvy, and it was, I think, $35, if I remember correctly. This part is soft. This part is hard, as you know, like a regular ab board. And again, it wraps all the way around. So what I wanted to do is I want to talk to you about some things. I'm still sitting on a boppy pillow. Okay. What I wanted to talk to you about is some of the purchases that we make when we're preparing for our journey, and some things that are very necessary, and some things that may or may not be necessary depending on the person and their journey. Wow, I didn't realize I didn't have the light on before. Oh, jeez. Oh, well. Let's see. Let's see. Maybe you can get a better view. Now, let me see. I'll put this on again. Let's see. See if I can get it here a little bit more. Let's see. Now you'll get a little bit better view. Again, I'm 5 months post-op, and I am feeling great. Still, sometimes I have lipo itch, but it's not too bad. And I do use my grabber. I am grabbing my I'm grabbing my what do you call it? My charger from off the floor because it dropped. Let's see. Okay. Oh, okay, yeah. That's the one that you have? Oh, okay. I ordered it from Shaped Curvy. She's on she's actually on Instagram, and I ordered it from her, and I think that is like one of the very best things, especially if you have sensitive skin, and it compresses you, it pulls you all the way around, and I'm very much compressed. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Thank you. So again, I am about 5 months post-op mommy makeover with Dr. Ferreras in Dominican Republic. I am very happy. I'm pleased with my results. Each day I find that my body is changing little by little, little by little. And I'm very excited. Some of the things that, you kind of get a bit of a list from your surgeon as to things to purchase, and maybe speaking to other dolls or looking at other dolls' shopping list, or actually sometimes you're looking at other young ladies who are not yet dolls, but they are actually pre-op. So you look at what they're packing or purchasing, and you kind of say, oh, wow, maybe I should get that too. And some of it is necessary, and some of it, depending on, what's going on with, depending on your journey, it may or may not be necessary. Now, one of the things that I did purchase, and I was back from DR. I was in the midst of all of my massages, and I was having, of course, obviously, still swelling, you know. And at the massage, where I was going for my massages at the spa, the young lady, she said, well, you know what you should do? You should get yourself the wraparound foam. And I said, really? She said, yes, you should get the wraparound foam. And what did I do? I went on ahead because, of course, anytime someone tells you something that might help you with your journey, you just figure that you must get that. And so, what did I do? I went on ahead and I ordered this wraparound foam from a website called The Pink Room. And this is what it is. It's just like lipo foam, and it wraps all the way around your waist, and it closes with Velcro and what have you. And it comes in sizes small, medium, large. She told me, I believe, to get a small, so I purchased that. But I only used it about 2 times, so I really think it was a waste of money, actually, because you can't really get it into your faja that well. It's too bulky. You feel like a linebacker with it on. So, no. What I have done with this is, I know one night I had lipo itch so bad that I couldn't sleep in my faja, my t-shirt, anything. So I took it off, and, of course, I took my Benadryl, and then I just wrapped around with this. And that's what I use. Oh, yes, yes. I have a lot of different corsets in a number of colors, so that I can try to stay extra compressed. Yes. Right, right. Yeah, right. This is good if you maybe can't compress with your faja if it's too tight, or not too tight if your skin is a little bit too sensitive. You can maybe use this. This is okay. I'm not a big fan of it. Sometimes when I'm unable to wear my faja, I will wear my corset, excuse me, my waist trainer that is from Curvy Girls. And this waist trainer is absolutely excellent. It's wonderful. I love it. It has some boning in it, but actually it's I guess it's plastic boning. It's not steel boning. It's plastic, and it holds you in quite nicely. It has three rows, and this is very good, very good. This is a size medium. I think I might need a small now. I'm not sure, because from day one I was on the third hook. So yeah, it's very good. I really enjoy this. This is a very good thing to try to remain compressed sometimes when you are unable to wear your faja. One of the other things I showed you was some of the waist belts that I have. Let's see. Can I get to it without tripping over my camera here? I'll be right back. Okay, sometimes when I'm not able to wear the faja to compress, I have this waist belt, which is, I purchased this in a size small as well as a medium. The small I'll put on the upper abdomen, the medium I'll put on my lower abdomen, and I purchased this from Amazon, and I think it was like $9. Each of them was something like $9. Now, one of the things that I did purchase, let me see, what did you just say? Let's see. Yes, I do. I use two to try to get that extra bit of compression, top and bottom, because my upper, I have a little bit of a pudge, because Dr. Ferreras, he tends not to lipo this area, you know, up here, because it can increase the risk of lipo burn when they pull the skin down like a shade for the tummy tuck. This here backboard, this backboard is a very nice backboard. I also have the black one, the long one, and I used that a couple of times, and then it became uncomfortable. Well, let me stop. I had the black ab board, and just before I was going to DR, I seen a post from someone who said the black ab board was horrible. They couldn't use it. They threw it across the room, but that this one was really good. So what did I do? I ordered this one. I ordered this one from Shape Curvy. She rushed it to me, and I had it when I went to DR. I didn't get to use it in DR because you kind of can't use it right then. So since I've been home, I've only used this one maybe about 2 times or 3 times, because it's a little bit difficult for it to stay in place in my case. So I'm not going to say it's a waste of money, but I am going to say that I don't use this that often. So I've not really used it. I find that the black one, the long one, it's a little bit better for me, because it does, if I need to wear it, it protects my back a little bit more so than this one, because, you know, my sensitive skin. Let's see. Let's see. Trying to see what you're saying here. Oh, you do. You have that one too. Well, you know what? A lot of the doctors the doctors, they may tell you to get the black one, because that one's, it does cover a bit more area, and it does kind of have that, it kind of molds, that area in the back with the BBL. So, you know, that's kind of, excuse me, lemon water. Oh, yeah. Post-op journey is a lot. Yes, yes, yes. Now, one thing that I say that I mentioned that I didn't think was the wraparound foam. I don't really use that often. You may have heard of the BBL beds, and sometimes you can order these recliners, cut a hole in it, and kind of stuff around it and use that to sleep in. Well, I purchased one also, and I got it off of Amazon, and it is a zero gravity lawn chair, which is very nice. Okay. However, I never converted it into a BBL bed. I've seen pictures of some who have converted it, theirs into a BBL bed, and it, and let's see what happened here. Oh, and but I have not used it I never converted mine over because what I end up doing coming home, I yes, I'm okay. I have a little bit of laryngitis. That's what it is. I have laryngitis, but I am okay. I've been taking the cough drops and so on and so forth, and trying to rest my voice. But I just felt the need that I wanted to, go live and get this video, have this video up. So my zero gravity chair, I never turned it into a BBL bed because I have a recliner, a regular leather recliner, and I also have a love seat, which is what you see me sitting on the majority of the time. When I returned from surgery, I haven't slept in my bed yet. What I have slept on is this lovely, lovely recliner that you see here. And I, have linen on it. And I find that that is comfortable for me. I put my feet up on one end and my head on the other end. And in between, I have my boppy pillow. And I'm quite comfortable in that way. So yes, so that's with what I use. So the zero gravity chair, I didn't use it post-op at all. My actual recliner, I haven't used it post-op at all either, because I feel that with the tummy tuck, for me, the way my chair is made, even though it's what do you call it, like automatic, I still am afraid that I might use some of these muscles in here and that would be uncomfortable. So I've not used it. I just kind of sleep on the my love seat, and then I kind of roll over to get out the way they teach you to do, and that's worked out quite well for me. Oh, great. Thank you. I'm happy that my videos are helpful. It's really, really important that, I think it's important that people share their journey, the realities of what the journey is, because it can be so helpful to so many people. I've made videos about my sensitive skin issues, different things like that, the lipo itch. I've kind of, made a lot of different videos, and I think I've remained active all through my journey from pre-op, during, and even post-op. Excuse me, and I think that's helpful in the feedback that I get. It does prompt me to make more videos, as well as to go live. So it's very, very good. Well, my lipo itch, how's the lipo itch going? I'm 5 months post-op. I don't think I actually really have much of a lipo itch now. Occasionally my sides kind of itch, but what I try my best to do is to keep them moisturized, because yes, lipo itch is very real. However, what happens is when you're wearing your t-shirt, your faja, you may have your clothes, and you may start to perspire a little bit, and that little bit of perspiration can cause a little bit of that irritation, and it can make you feel like you're itching. Okay, and when you take off everything, you really feel like you're itching. So if you can try to keep stay hydrated with water. I drink lemon water. And try to keep your skin moisturized. That's something that is very good. It's very good. So I like to use Palmer's cocoa butter, and because it's real thick, and it just put it on, it's like really, really great. Sometimes, depending on what's going on, if I'm having like pain, with my sensitive skin, I might make a little paste that I mentioned in one of my other videos of the Palmer's cocoa butter, the arnica gel, some diphenhydramines or Benadryl, which is the same, and a lidocaine cream that I have, and I will put that on, and that kind of keeps me, really really good, and I'm comfortable with that, and which is really really great, really really great. Yes, lipo itch is like, oh my gosh. I think with this journey, the lipo itch, believe it or not, is one of the things that is like, oh my gosh, it's like one of the worst things of it. I mean, I know when I woke up from surgery, what woke me up was the pain, that I had, in my abdomen. And, of course, I was having pain all over. And that's actually what woke me up was the pain. But what happens is after about a day, or, because the pain medication they give you, it does help, kind of, sort of, you go to sleep, and then what wakes you up is when it wears off, you wake up, and, it's that kind of thing, but after, that first day, it's not so much as pain, it's more of a discomfort, and, that's what I found, but the Palmer's cocoa butter, I love that. It's very thick. It's relatively inexpensive, to be very honest, and it works like really really great. Excuse me. It works really really great. So you try to keep your skin moisturized as much as possible. Use soap that's non-drying. I use Dove. Sensitive skin. Why? Because, as you know, I have sensitive skin. And I use the Palmer's cocoa butter. And I find that that's very, very helpful to me. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, yeah, yeah. The pain rather than the itch, because the itch, the lipo itch, you can't actually scratch it. That's the thing. You can't actually scratch it. It's just like this itch, 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 and you really can't scratch it. I mean, you take your back scratcher, you're scratching, you're this, you're that, but you really can't scratch it because it's actually the nerve endings kind of like reconnecting and what have you. So that's more of what that is. And I started with the lipo itch probably at about 6 weeks. And I think when I was, I don't know, I'd have to really look back, but it may have been, I might have been like 7 or 8 weeks when I had the lipo itch so bad I had to take off everything. And just like that was it. I mean, I was scratching, I was Benadryl, oh my gosh. And I just was like miserable with it. But I got through it, and but it's like you dread having that lipo itch. You really really dread it because most dolls do experience the lipo itch. You know, when the severity and how long, that remains to be determined, but most dolls do get the lipo itch. I know of some dolls that even before they left the DR, they were having the itch. So, that's something, but I didn't get it until, like I said, probably until about 6 or 8 weeks after I returned. Right now, I don't have pain. I don't have any pain, the tummy tuck or anything like that. I don't have any of that pain. Yeah, Benadryl works. Yeah, Benadryl works pretty well. You know, it did work for me. Initially, I was taking children's Benadryl because that would work for me. I would take bubblegum flavor, the liquid children's Benadryl. I would take half a dose and I was good. And then I had it a little bit more severe, so then I took the children's Benadryl, the chewable, and the grape flavor. And that worked pretty well. And then I had the lipo itch so bad, the children's Benadryl, forget about it. I was on the adult Benadryl and I was taking the 50 milligrams, which is a lot for me because normally I take the 12.5, the children's dose. So for me to take 50 milligrams, that was a lot for me. But it worked. It worked. Yeah, Atarax is very good too. Atarax is good for itching. It is a prescription. So that it is good. It is very good. You can use the gel. You can use the gel. What happens is, sometimes you're just kind of like tired of taking medication between if you're working on your hemo, your vitamins, your this, da, da, da. Sometimes you just don't want to have to take anything extra. For pain and swelling and everything, I definitely, round the clock, Arnica. The Arnica sublingual tablets, that for real is bae to me. That is definitely bae to me. I keep it, and I also keep the gel. And anyone who talks to me and they're having any issues, I always say, hey, the Arnica, because it really, really does help with the swelling, pain, bruising, and everything. When I was in DR, before I would get the massage, I would go ahead, I would take my Arnica, and whatever pain medication, Tylenol or gabapentin, I would definitely take that, and it would definitely help a lot. I'm reading I'm reading what you're saying. Right? Yes, the gel works good. Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Oops, 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 oops. Let's see. It's funny, the messages they come up and then they go away. Yeah, I mean, the thing about recovery is your body will recover a little bit quicker when you are more comfortable. So the lipo itch, it definitely is letting you know that the nerve endings are doing what they're supposed to do, reconnecting and what have you. However, if the lipo itch is going to keep you up all night and you can't focus, you can't this, you can't that, it's going to take your body longer to really, heal, to really heal, because then your body is just focusing on, that itch, that itch, that itch, you know. So, but I find that now I don't have the itch. I did have I have to do an update video on the silicone scotch strips that I was using. This worked out really, really well. I got this off of Amazon. I don't know. I guess the light is very bright. It's not showing. Let me see if I do it this way. Can you see it? Yeah, I think you can see it that way. In any event, I need to do a little update on this. This was very good. It stays in place. I find it's very good. It doesn't have a smell to it. It sticks even when it's wet and you pat it, even pat it dry. It does stay quite nicely, and it does soften up, the incision, because when I came from DR, there was at one point I was unable to wear my faja at all. So what happened was my incision and my tummy tuck line, which had been beautifully flat and it was healing so nicely, it became a little raised and dark. So it's not bad, but it's a little bit raised and dark. So I did purchase this cream, these scotch strips, and they were very inexpensive. I don't know, I don't know, maybe $13 or something, and they're perforated, so that it's kind of nice. So you don't necessarily need scissors. You could just kind of, pull it through. It's on like a tape, and you pull it through, and it works out quite nicely. So I do want to do a little bit of an update on that. I haven't been so much worried about the appearance of my scars, because I did heal well, thank God. I did heal well. It is a little bit dark, just a little bit, but it's very, very thin. It can be hidden beneath a bikini, if I chose to wear one. It could be hidden beneath that. And, it's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. I probably will at some point probably get a tattoo over it, because I do like tattoos. I have tattoos different places on me, and so I do like tattoos. Right, so that's something that you know I'm I am aware of, is the what my scars may be looking like. But I'm not bent out of shape about it. I'm happy with the way, I'm healing. I'm happy with the way my recovery is going. There's been a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but, overall, it's been a wonderful recovery. I'm enjoying my journey. What I've learned is that, you know, a lot of dolls may experience different issues. However, sometimes they're not as vocal about it, because maybe they feel like it sounds as though they're complaining, and they don't want to come off negative or anything like that. And I don't think that it's so much as complaining or sounding negative. I think it's the reality that you can explain what you are experiencing and what you did to overcome it. And that way, someone who is planning their journey, they can mentally, physically prepare for it, as well as financially, depending on if you're saying, well, this is something that I purchased and it helped me. So they can also plan financially, for it. One of the things that I say is a must. Yeah, the surgeons tell you a minimum of 10 massages. You will get those 10 massages in DR, okay? You will get those there. When you go back home, it is very important to get your massages. Have not a recovery house, a spa that that does lymphatic drainage massages by the package. I bought a 12 pack. I bought two 12 packs, and that was really, really great. It really does wonderful things. Thank God I've no fibrosis, no seromas, nothing like that. And, I do know some dolls, they have their massages in DR. When they come home, they don't do any more massages. Maybe they use the handheld massage, maybe yes, maybe not. And then many of them end up with fibrosis, or some end up with fibrosis. So I would encourage you to make sure. There's a couple of videos back that I did give a kind of like a little bit of an itemized list of prices of things to kind of budget in, that you would in fact, probably need. Let's see. Do you sometimes feel humped over? Let me see. Do you sometimes feel humped over or feel heavy? Heavy. Let me see. Heavy in your lower area at night. Actually, no. I don't feel that way. Actually, I feel pretty much back to normal. The only thing that I do feel sometimes is when I try to get up from lying down and to move to a sitting position. I do feel my muscle repair pull a little bit. I do feel that, but I don't feel hunched over. When I was in DR, of course, with the tummy tuck, you're bent over. But if you watch one of my previous videos, I did tell you I took my folding cane, and that helped a lot with being able to walk and take the pressure off the lower back, and it helped me to be able to walk a little bit more straight, so I don't feel hunched over. And I don't feel heavy in my lower abdomen. I don't feel that way. Now, sometimes what a person might be feeling is the sensation coming back, and it may feel a little bit different. Now, for me, still 5 months post-op, my belly still doesn't feel completely the same. I can touch it, and it doesn't completely feel like it belongs to me yet. So like if I try to scratch it, or you think you got an itch and you try, it feels different. It hasn't gotten all of the sensation back yet. So, but no, I don't feel heavy, and I don't feel hunched over. I do massage my incisions like that, and I know that the tummy tuck one that was here, that's kind of a little bit above my bladder. At one point, it started feeling like it was getting hard. That the like it may have been going, like the scar was going to keloid. So I aggressively was with the palmas and just rubbing like that to hopefully decrease that risk. What about scar tissue? Oh, okay. I'm just coming 5 months from you. Oh, yeah. So, I think that some of what I was feeling, for me, which felt like it was a little bit above my bladder, where the tummy tuck and it felt a little firm. It may have been trying to keloid, and excuse me, Miss Bella from Bella Imaging, New York. She explained to me. She said that what I was feeling, she explained that it was kind of like my body may have been keloiding on the inside, excuse me, as opposed to on the outside. And she said you'd rather have it on the inside than the outside, which is true. So I just continue to kind of rub it. And now it doesn't feel that way. It doesn't feel that way. So I take the cocoa butter and I go over it like that. So I feel good. I feel good. I feel good. No regrets. No regrets at all. I feel great. Let's see. Let's see. You're welcome. You're welcome. I said this is question and answers. So if anyone has any questions, you can kind of ask some more questions, and, I can do my very best to answer what I know from personal experience, or what some other dolls maybe have shared with me about their experiences. But I've been having, a very good recovery. I pray a lot. I try to remain positive. Mentally, I was prepared because one of my close friends, my bestie, she's also a doll, so she kind of let me know mentally how to prepare, what to prepare for. And it helped. It really, really did help a lot. And of course, I binge watched a lot of videos too. I did. I binge watched a lot of videos, and it just kind of helped a lot. And I think that's one of the reasons that I find that I make videos and post on my IG page, because it can be helpful. Things, they can be helpful, and I feel like I'm giving back. It's kind of like, how do you say, paying it forward, where I feel that I benefited from other dolls, and I want to maybe help, you know, others on their journey, because it is a journey, and it's a journey like no other journey. When you go to DR, or, or Cali, Colombia, lipo is aggressive there. The results are wonderful. It's different than here in the States. Here in the States, the lipo isn't aggressive. They don't take as many liters out. Um, Even if they do muscle repair, it's not that tight cinching, giving you that real internal corset. So it's different. So I feel that, sharing my journey, what I'm experiencing, is can help someone else, and it is my own personal kind of diary, so that I can kind of look back on it. And because I do sometimes, I look at my own videos and I say, wow, I remember that, or I don't remember saying that, or, I look at how I was feeling and the progression, through my recovery. I feel that way. Oh, I know what, one doll was telling me that she was having her leg, she's about 6 weeks, post-op. 6 weeks, yeah, maybe 6 weeks post-op, and she said that her ankles are still swelling, her legs are swelling, and I in fact experienced the same thing. I had Hi. Okay, I'm back. What I was gonna say is that one doll, she was saying that she's experiencing swelling, still swelling in her legs and ankles, and I wanted to say that I, at that same point, started experiencing more swelling in my legs. Now, I did wear my compression stockings even at home, but at one point, I really was getting a lot of swelling and pain. So much swelling till it was behind my kneecap, till going up and down steps was painful. Getting in and out of my vehicle was painful. I had to physically lift my legs with my hands. It was so much pain. I had my contour faja. I snipped it because I was like, my God, is it too tight? Is it this? Excuse me. So I cut it, whatever. So then, I then ordered curvy girls, fajas, and that's what I've been wearing so far, and that's been very helpful. What I will say that sometimes, our body has gone through a massive assault with the surgery, because it is major surgery. So your body is recuperating, going through all of this healing, and swelling. You got to be very, very careful with your sodium intake. You have to have food that is actually bland, okay? Very, very, very little seasoning. You have to read everything. If you're a person that likes a lot of seasonings and things like that, you may have to just forego the seasoning until you're kind of you're further out in your recovery, because any amount of salt is going to cause you to swell, and that is not fun at all. Also, make sure that you're drinking plenty of water. You avoid carbonated drinks, because that can make you feel bloated. Anything with salt, again, is going to make you swell. You're going to feel very, very uncomfortable. Swelling can last from 6 months to a year. Even I've heard up to a year and a half. So you want to give yourself the best opportunity to experience as few, obstacles as at all possible. Let's see. Oh, if you're trying to follow me on IG, DM me. DM me, and you can, I can accept you. You have to have a private surgery page. Just DM me, and then you should be able, I should be able to accept you at that point. Oh, I'm so happy that my videos have helped you. Long as you have a surgery, a private surgery page, DM me and you should be able to, I should be able to add you in and you can follow my journey on Instagram. On Instagram, I can share a little bit more than I can on YouTube. But yeah, so you can definitely DM me and then I can, look to add you on. Do I have any questions? Any more questions or comments or, anything? What I try to do is I try to make videos that are relative to what's going on. Yes, the massages. Yes, yes. Massages are extremely important. When I was in DR, I think my Dr. Ferreras said that I could get my first massage. I might have been 2 days post-op. So that first day, I got one massage, and then every day thereafter, I got two massages every day. And that was my plan because it helps you get that fluid out and you begin to feel a lot better. Yes, the massages are very important. They're extremely important. If it's a toss up as to where to get your massages and you're thinking about what might be cost effective or what have you, I stayed almost 3 weeks in DR, meaning that I also got my massages, additional massages there. And I found that for me was helpful, and it was more cost effective because the massages in DR, as you know, cost less than they do in the States. So even though staying longer in DR, I then had to, of course, pay, for the recovery house a little bit longer. But that was fine. I'm plugging in my ring light here. It it was more cost effective because I got the massages. Remember, they did the laundry, they were cooking for you, they were doing the cleaning, they were doing everything for you. Things that you may not have been able to really do comfortably when you returned home. You know, because sometimes when you're returning home, you have to jump right back into your regular life, and your regular life may not be conducive to recovery. So me staying in DR, having those massages like that was great. And once I returned home, straight from the airport, I went for my first stateside massage, and they had me getting them 3 times a week for, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, because it was a package of 12, and then I did two packages of 12, and I find that was very helpful, because it is an investment, and you're making an investment in yourself. You have one body, so you want to take care of it as best as you can. And surgery is no joke. It is major surgery. And you want to give yourself the best possible chance for the optimum results and ease of recovery. I think one of the things that helped me a lot was the fact that I did get so many massages. It helped. It really did help me a lot, because I didn't feel as uncomfortable. And arnica, I was taking my arnica sublingual around the clock, in DR and at home for probably, I probably was still taking it around the clock almost 3 months. While I was 3 months, I'm still taking it around the clock because it does help a lot with the swelling. It really, really does. And the stiffness, I should say, the stiffness, because the stiffness that you get from the lipo, oh my gosh. I mean, you just feel like the Tin Man in the Wizard of Oz needing some oil because he's like so, that's kind of like how you feel. And once you can get rid of that stiffness, it's so much better for you. It's so much better for you. It is. Yeah, I'm thinking of the second one. Yes, I am. I'm really thinking of. I'm going to continue to try to compress. As Dr. Ferreras has, has told me. But I'm thinking I need, a little bit more projection. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. You know, we'll just I'll see how that's gonna go. Because I think, I am looking pretty good because underneath all of this, I have on my Curvy Girl Faja. I have on my ab board with the wraparound lateral protectors that go all the way around the back and they Velcro in the back. And as you can see, I have on this corset. So I have on all of this, and I don't look huge. So I'm smaller than what you're seeing here now. And you can when you can look at the beginning of the video because I'm going to save this, and you can see what I was looking like. When I started the video, because I did do a 360, so you could get some views of me in that way. Any more questions? Questions or comments or things that you're thinking about, or I tell you, when I was visiting with my mom, because many of you may know that my mom, had been ill, and so I was visiting with my mom, and on the way home, I was thinking, I said, you know what? I think I'm going to go live on YouTube. So it was very much impromptu, but I figure, hey, you know, there may be information that I can share that's helpful to someone, and I enjoy being able to answer questions. If my journey can be helpful to someone else, then that's great. That's a win-win, because like I said, this is my own personal kind of diary, and me sharing with you it does me some good. Me documenting my journey can help other people too. One of the things, like I said in the beginning of the video, is you really have to try to stay hydrated. This is lemon water, and it's very, very helpful, because you still want to be able to get the fluid out. You want to make sure you still remain hydrated. You definitely want to do that. Avoid sodium at all costs. Avoid it, because it's absolutely no good. Let's see, what is that? Let's see. I can't see. Oh, you're welcome. God bless you too. Oh, thank you. Thank you for praying for my mom. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I enjoy sharing my journey. I really do. I really do enjoy sharing my journey, what I'm feeling like. Like, I know in the evening time, sometimes toward the evening, my sides in here, they may get a little itch. I don't necessarily think it's lipo itch. I think because I've been in garment, all day. And, even though you may not look like you're perspiring, you are a little bit. And I think just that little bit of perspiration that, maybe there kind of does cause a little bit of, I don't want to say irritation, but can make you feel a little bit of an itch. So then when you shower and then you put on the cocoa butter, Palmer's cocoa butter, all over, I find that helps a lot. I mean, I've gone through containers of it, so the tubs of it. But I do think that it is very, very helpful to stay moisturized. I think that helps with the itching, and it's very good for your skin to begin with. But definitely when you've had the surgery and you've had the lipo, and that lipo itch is no joke, no joke at all. So it's very important, I think, to remain hydrated, to remain moisturized, all of that to really help you along with your journey. I think it's very, very good, very, very good, very, very good. So, are there any questions about my experience in DR, my experience with Dr. Ferreras, my experience with the massages, or anything? I know you might not have too many questions because I've been pretty much vocal throughout my entire journey. So you may not have too many questions because I've shared so much, already with my journey. I do say that if, one of the things that, you know, like I mentioned, I have on my Curvy Girl Faja, my under the faja, I actually have on the ab board with the wraparound lateral protectors that velcros in the back. And sometimes on top of all of that, I will put on the Curvy Girl waist trainer, and sometimes that's good too for me. But today I didn't put on the waist trainer. I put on one of my corsets. Let's see. Oh yeah, going to the bathroom with going to the bathroom is very difficult with all of the compression. It is hard. What I will say is that the Curvy Girl Faja, the way she designed it, you do not need to remove your faja at all. Whether you're urinating or defecating, you don't have to remove it because the opening is wide enough, so you don't have to worry about that. I know, like with my contour faja, which those are good fajas as well. It's just that after about, I don't know, maybe about 2 months or so, it they didn't work for me. I had them, altered, take it in, and what have you. But after a while, they just didn't, work out well for me. They were very uncomfortable in my legs. And with the contour faja, the opening for you to go to the bathroom isn't quite as wide. So you can urinate fine. But if you have to defecate, you have to kind of like move it and this and that. And so, but with Curvy Girls, the way she has designed it, you step into it. Even if you needed to take it off, you don't mind having to take it off because you step into it almost like a pair of pants. You don't have to struggle to get it on. You just step into it, and then it's just so easy, to go around. But you don't need to take it off when you go to the bathroom at all. You don't have to. You don't have to. And what I will say also is to make sure that you are having enough vegetables so that you are remaining regular. well, vegetables, juice, prunes, whatever like that, just to make sure that you are remaining, regular and drinking, again, water. Water, of course. Um, I don't know. Are there any more questions or comments or anything like that? I'm just so happy, that so many have joined, and I am going to save this live, so others will be able to see it and to take part in viewing it. You know. Any more questions, comments, thoughts? I try to drink a gallon of water a day. I will be very honest that when my mom took sick, I fell off the wagon with drinking my water. So I'm trying to get back into it. I'm trying to get back into it. But what I will say is I don't have any pain. I don't have any discomfort. The only thing I feel sometime again is some of the muscle repair. If I move a certain way, trying to, get up from when I'm lying down. And I've been coughing a little bit because I have a little bit of laryngitis, which it's improving a lot. But I find that when I cough, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. I can feel it, but it doesn't hurt, which is great because, immediately post-op tummy tuck, laughing, coughing, anything like that, you just don't want to do it. You don't want to do it because it is uncomfortable. It is definitely uncomfortable. So, if there are no more questions or comments or thoughts, I do want to thank you for joining me and participating in this live. And do please, down below, comment, like, make sure you're subscribed. Hit that notification bell so that you will know whenever I upload. Follow me on Instagram if you're not already following me. DM me. Make sure you have a private surgery page so that I can add you so that you are able to follow me. Thank you so much for being part of my journey. And now I am part of your journey. And if there's no other questions, comments, I will just wish you all a very good evening. And I want to say thank you so much for joining me and again for being part of my journey and allowing me to be part of your journey and continue to remain blessed. That's all. Good night.